Before I begin, I would like to read a quote for you. Success lies not in numbers. It is not in the millions we give. It is in giving thankfully of what we have. It lies in doing everything as unto the Lord, as He expects us to. No trumpets, no fanfare. He is the only one who needs to know. Now let's talk about the scripture reading of Luke 21 verses 1 to 4. So this poor widow, she goes to the temple and gives her 2 coins into the temple treasury. Now these 2 coins were her livelihood. And as a result of this, Jesus says that she gave more compared to everybody else, because everybody else was giving a surplus of their wealth. But she gave her livelihood, her only 2 coins that she possessed. If there is one thing that we can learn from this passage, it is the principle of sacrificial giving. The lady had these 2 coins which were her livelihood, but nevertheless, she sacrificed them because of her love and devotion towards God. Now God sacrificed His one and only Son, Jesus Christ, into the world so that He can die on the cross, so that all of humanity's sins can be atoned for. For it says in John 3:16 that for God so loved the world that He gave His one and only Son, and that whosoever believes in Him shall not perish but have everlasting life. This is the ultimate sacrifice that has been recorded throughout human and world history. We as Christians are also called to sacrifice, for it says in Romans 12 verses 1 to 2 that therefore, brothers and sisters, in view of the mercies of God, I urge you to present your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy and pleasing to God. This is your true worship. Do not be conformed to this age, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, so that you may discern what is the good, pleasing, and perfect will of God. We should not be conformed to this world. This world that we live in is consumed by wealth, consumed by materialism, and consumed by greed. And oftentimes the concept of sacrificial giving is ignored in this world. But we as Christians ought to be different. We ought to not be conformed to this world. We ought to be transformed by the renewing of our minds and implement the principle of sacrificial giving in our daily lives. And just as the quote that I read, success doesn't lie in numbers. God doesn't care how much money you give. What He cares about is you're willing to sacrifice things for His holy will. Thank you and God bless.